Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today I am finally, after almost 2 months, actually 2 months and 2 days on the calendar, that may not be how quick it goes up, but I'm finally going to finish the Alien. So I've got the parts here, got the book, and so the first thing it wants me to do is finish the base. So let me move these back protrusions. Here's the part of the base we've done so far. Here is a pile of parts. Small tail. Set that behind me as well. We're going to get all the parts out, take a look at them, and then we will finish building the Alien. Might need the screws. Probably will not need the test board anymore. Pretty sure we won't. So let me get these noisy paper bags open and I will talk after that. I apologize for how loud those bags can be. And so we have 6 more parts of the stand. Only one with the hole in the base. And that's obviously where these are going to go. Kind of been staring at this thing for 2 months in the corner of the shop going, when do I do this? Okay, there's the pieces that will brace all these pieces together. And then a bunch of metal parts. I'm just looking, we have, these are parts 100-14. They're for strengthening the base. 100-16. 100-13 with the hole in the back, or in the middle, or not middle, but the, yeah, hole in the back corner. And 100-15. These are all strengthening pieces for the base. So let me set parts aside, move them around. Not sure where these go. I know they're going to go together. There's a split in this one, hole in this one. This, I'm pretty sure, is going to be the top. Maybe. It does not fit down inside there. However, this does. So we'll set this stuff here. We'll start grabbing these corner pieces. Obviously are going to be the back corner. And there's one piece that goes pretty obviously right here. I'm going to sort out where these go. Not there. There are specific widths somehow I'm missing the boat here. You know what? That's why. This one's going to go here like that. So this is the general layout of these pieces. These connectors are all going to go between them and connect them. Actually, they go this way around. So you know, a whole lot of just putting some screws in and piecing this together. I will come back once I have this built, or once this is built, to work on these pieces. Not sure, they are bracing pieces, but I'm not sure. Maybe like that? No. Probably like that. They're bracing pieces to make it sturdier. I'll come back once the base itself is done, and we'll press on from there. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this part of the base is done. Wow, a little bit dusty. But yeah, it's done, but it's not. And I'm looking, as I look at the instructions, this next step, it looks like would actually be step 101 if we had 101, because it came separately packed, different part numbers. So next thing we do is we start putting these on, the braces on. And you can see there are gaps in this one specifically for the bracing pieces. That one is going to go on there, and then we're going to screw them all down. But I'm going to put them all in place first before I pause the camera again and go put them together. Okay, and these go in a specific direction. So you've got 4 more corner braces, or 3 more, sorry. And you have to make sure you put them in the right order, or not so much in the right order, but you have to turn one of them over to get them to match, because they all line up with the holes. And then we've got, let me double check. Yeah, we've got the 2 longer braces here. No, longer braces go here, sorry. Oh, these are the shorter braces, actually. I had two of the 3, and these are the longer braces. And you can see these long ones actually slot into this corner one here. And then we have a stack of screws. We're having a whole nother bag of screws here that are going to put all these together. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera again, and I'm going to get all these in place, come back and show you what it looks like, and then we'll press on from there. Really, mostly this is just doing the base. There's a couple of things that we have to do to the alien himself to finish him, but nothing big. So, like I said, I will return again. Or like I've said before, I'll return again after I get these put all together. With the number of screws, probably a good we'll call it 15 minutes. 15 minutes to a half hour on my part. I'll be back. Quick note here, because I just opened the screw bag, did not realize this. Screws that are going into these metal bracing pieces are flanged. Not important unless you're building this, and if I point that out just because I know that some people may be using my videos as instructional videos. So, like I said, quick side note there. I'll be back. Okay, all the screws are in. That took a while. So once you have all the screws in, wow, adding those metal plates gave this some pretty serious heft. Next thing I want you to do, and the split part here will go down in here. Ah, that's why. Because I don't know if you can see it. I didn't see it yet. You see, Okay, there are it's not all the way across, but there are little tabs inside there. So this is going to go on here. And this part here, the pin will go down. The pins will go on this side here. So this pin will go down. I'm going to push it down at least one level. And that's going to be to balance the alien's tail on. And then this is going to go on here like this. Seems to me like it should have something. Okay. It does have something to keep it from spinning around. But mine came put together. There is a piece inside there that is supposed to go through the hole on here, which is going to hold this in place. So I'm going to pause the camera because, okay, never mind. I was going to say I'm going to pause the camera so I don't get all grumpy and grumbly on camera. It's just the top opens relatively well. The bottom needs a little bit of effort. So I am going to pause the camera. I don't want to yell, scream, shout, all that good stuff. If I happen to break this, because it shouldn't have been pushed together. So let me get this pulled apart and then we'll come back and put it on the stand. Okay, got it separated into its two halves. You can see there, that pin is the only thing that was really holding it together. The rest of these pins didn't grab worth anything, to be honest. I do find it interesting, though, it goes on there sideways. But it makes sense because it goes on there sideways because its only purpose in life is to support the alien's tail. So let's get this pushed back together. Of course, it's not going to want to go back together now. Probably need to bring this down. That might be too low. Okay, so complete build. So next thing they want me to do is to pop the alien on here, which I'll need to switch cameras to be able to show that because I believe, let's find out. I believe the alien is too tall to stand it on here. Let me bring him over. Oh, he weighs a little bit. Yeah. His head is actually above the camera at this point. So let me stand him in my chair, which is really safe. That way he'll have an opportunity to fall down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, and then I'm going to figure out how to point the camera over to where he's standing and show everybody the result. This will be close to the last part of the build. So, be right back. Okay, I've done some work with him, and looking at that door, probably need to redo this sometime at night because outside is summer, very bright, and the camera is picking up all the light from outside. So let me go ahead and switch cameras. There's what he looks like right now. He doesn't have his tail on. The tail doesn't go on until we're sure that he's not going to have to lay on his back anymore. Let me see, is that doing anything better for that window? It's still bright. But there's how he stands right now. Trying to look, where did I put that part? Had it just a little bit. There to go. His skull cover. Matter of fact, I put it on him and I had to take it back off. Maybe. Nope, not right out there. I'm sorry if you cannot hear this. Let me know in the comments if you can't hear it. I'm walking around the room. The last couple of things to do on him is to put this protrusion here on his back. Oh, there's the skull cover. This protrusion right here will go on his back up here. And we'll go on one leg. And he is a little precarious. He does stand on his own. I don't know how he's going to stand when I put this cover on, because this cover with the pipes is actually the battery box cover. And actually, I wonder if that'll fix this a little bit. His waist area is the ball joint in there is not very solid. Here's the last piece, other than the tail. The tail I'll put on later on. Post pictures of him in Discord and on my Facebook. The last piece to go on him is the skull cap. So, turn on the lights. But it's not real obvious in the picture. And then we can have the jaws go out. And then I wonder, he's kind of hit or miss on the sound. He does have sound in his shoulders. There are sound sensors, but he doesn't move very well through them, not very much. The only thing that he really does is the light comes on, and it's an odd thing because it doesn't come on all the time. But that is him pretty much done. So let me actually take this off because he uses batteries right now. I want to eventually wire him for wall power. He is leaning against the stand right now. He's leaning a little bit more than I like to the right. My right, his left. But the stand, once I epoxy the tail on, may help to hold him in place a little bit better. So some final thoughts on him. It was a great build. A lot of fun throughout the build. I really enjoyed it. I'm really glad I did it. Probably would not do it again. I do have one pipe that still needs to be reattached that came off. Learned a lot. Epoxying the tail on seems a little bit odd to me. It should just push on, but I didn't design the model. And who else has a roughly 4 foot alien in their house? People have said they don't like his glowing head. I think it's kind of cool. He is going to go into the display room. Not sure if he's going to go up on the table or be on the floor. Eventually, I will get a video up that shows all of the stuff that's in there. I got to get the room done first. And I'd be remiss if I didn't show how big his tail is compared to him. Now, his tail is going to slot in back here. See if I can just set it kind of in place. We'll set it like that. And actually, if it actually was like that, it's not. It sticks out straight out behind him. But if it was like that, it'd be a lot smaller footprint for the build. for the alien to stand in. But overall, really good build. Glad I built him. I would build him, like I said, wouldn't build him again. I'd build him again as a commission build. I've learned a lot. Learned that you don't use the black super glue on him. Use regular super glue. It doesn't show. He is actually a fantastic build overall. Few places that were a little bit of a pain, but I like him. He'll go into the display room and join the cast of characters that I have in there. So that's it for this build. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed the build. It was a long build. I've had all the parts for a while now. I just kind of every now and then didn't want to feel like working on the alien, so I didn't. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the alien. Do you think he's a good build? Do you think he's a bad build? Is there anything you would have done different? Is there anything that you'd like to ask me about him? Because I've gone through him. I built him. I enjoyed him. He's got a couple of things that I wish worked better, but oh well. Most of my builds, even the ones that light up and move and everything else, the only thing that happens is when they get done, they go in the display room, and they're really cool just the way they are. Like I said, I might work out something to give him wall power. I might not. But overall, I enjoyed the build. With that, I'm going to say, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. Build something. I'm stealing that from a friend up in Chicago who has not put a video out in a long time, Starfleet Model Academy. Build something, and I will see you in the next video or stream.
Buckman's Model Mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Buckman's Model Mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models.